Tirth, I know you have it on very good authority that size doesn't matter. But let me ask you, what better authority is there than science?
There isn't.
There isn't.
No.
Exactly. Well, maybe the church. Sometimes you gotta recant.
Okay, sure. Right.
Your claims about penis sizes.
And you still say, yet it moves.
Yeah, and yet it grows.
Yeah. So are you really? Yeah, exactly.
So my study today asks the age-old question, does size matter? So it's a study of how penis size affects human male attractiveness to females, to women. Tirth, let me ask you first. How would you approach this question? You're a scientist, how would you study this?
Oh, man. There's many different avenues. The most obvious one would be you show faces of men to women.
Okay.
And then you ask them to rate attractiveness. And then you just show dick pics to them.
Very good. Yeah, that's more or less what they did. This study was published
so wrong.
in a very appropriate journal. Can you guess the name of the journal?
PNAS, baby.
PNAS. Yeah, that's correct. Proceedings of the Natural Academy of Sciences. PNAS.
Yeah.
Very good. It's from a group from Canada and Australia.
Okay.
Let me just point out that all of the authors are men.
Of course they are. Of course.
Or at least they have traditionally male names.
Yeah. I mean, a single female would have been like, hey, what are we doing here?
Yeah. And I know where you're going to ask, Tirth. And the answer is yes. One of the authors is named Richard.
Is he the first or last author?
He's in the middle. He's in the middle. I think they just snuck him in there because of his name. Can you guess what his last name is? What's Richard's last name?
Okay. Long.
Peters. Richard Peters.
Richard Peters. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This man living up to his name. Good for him. Good for him. Richard Peters.
Born
studying
for this.
penis sizes.
Maybe he's a hired hand.
Yeah.
He lends his name to any studies about penises.
Yeah. So the way they approach this question, the study, is I think, sort of where you were trying to circumnavigate around, which is you can't just ask women, hey, do you prefer bigger penises?
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems with that. People will self-censor. They may not want to admit that they like a certain size or whatever.
Yeah. Very
So
common.
you can't just do that. You can't just take a survey. What they did was they projected life-size computer-generated male figures, nude male figures, onto a wall.
Okay.
In front of the women.
Okay.
And asked them to rate the attractiveness of the nude computer-generated male figure. There were 3 variables that they manipulated. The first one, of course, is penis size. Second one is height. And the third one is shoulder to hip ratio. Each of the 3 variables has 7 possible values for a total of 7 times 7 times 7, 343 different combinations.
Okay.
So they recruited 105 women. These are heterosexual women from Australia. And each of them were shown 53 of the figures. Okay. And they were asked to rate the figures on their attractiveness.
So, okay, let's pause here.
Yeah.
They're projecting a life-sized computer-generated naked image on a wall.
Of a man.
Okay.
A bald man. Hairless. So you can see everything.
Okay. This is a freaky image, man.
It is. It's. I'm looking at it now. I'm not going to show.
Reminds me of Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen.
Basically, it looks like Dr. Manhattan. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks basically just like Dr. Manhattan.
Okay. Got it. Go ahead.
Okay. So, what did they find? Well, Tirth, they found that individually, each of the 3 variables, penis size, shoulder to hip ratio, and height, all positively correlated with attractiveness.
Individually,
yeah.
Okay.
As you probably can imagine.
Yeah.
Shoulder to hip ratio was by far the most predictive factor of attractiveness. It predicted 80% of the variance in attractiveness.
Okay.
The effect of height and penis were much lower. Height accounted for 6.1% of the variance.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. And penis size was 5.1%. I think that's good news for you, Tirth. For all men, really. Because shoulder to hip ratio is something you can actually control.
Okay.
Unlike the other 2, right? You can go to the gym, broaden your shoulders a little bit.
Yeah, I already have really broad shoulders. Look at this.
Look on your lateral delts. Please, Tirth.
Look.
Don't embarrass yourself.
Hey, let me ask you, what is the range of the heights they used?
That's a good question. So all of these were based on a survey of Italian men. So these were based on the natural variance in Italian men's height.
Okay.
All the other factors are also based on the Italian men's variables.
I don't know what that means.
It's unclear.
I see. Okay.
So here's something interesting. Greater penis length, like I was saying, did correlate with attractiveness, but not linearly.
Oh, okay.
Above a certain cutoff, larger size did not really increase attractiveness as much. And that cutoff size is 7.6 centimeters or 3 inches.
3 inches?
Well, again, so one thing I should have said, probably, this is all flaccid. 3 inches. Yeah. Tirth, I know that's very disappointing to you.
How so?
I'll let you interpret that.
Why don't you spell it out? Well,
because, when you're above 3 inches, it doesn't really add that much to your attractiveness.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant.
I see. Yeah. I see.
So you have a lot of wasted real estate.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Here's another interesting finding, which is that greater penis size was associated with attractiveness much more for taller men and men with larger shoulder to hip ratio.
Okay.
Which is interesting. Yeah. For the smaller guys, for the men with less than ideal shoulder to hip ratio, penis size doesn't matter as much.
Doesn't apply to me. I've got great shoulder to hip ratio.
So what does this mean? I'm not a woman, but this is what I think it means for women. Thinking from the perspective of a woman,
please,
right?
Yeah, please speak for them. Yes.
I think if you're a woman and you're dating, say, Captain America, Steve Rogers, you want him to have a big penis, right? He's tall, very large hip to shoulder hip ratio. But if you're dating the little guy, Steve Rogers, pre-serum Steve Rogers, you don't want him to have a big penis.
No, right.
It's not something you want to see.
Out of proportion.
Is that accurate, you think?
Yeah, I think that's very accurate.
Yeah.
The same thing, staying in universe, the same thing can apply to Paul Rudd, as the normal-sized guy and the little ant-sized dude,
You don't want his penis to stay the same size when he shrinks.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, you want it to be all proportional. Yeah. And that's exactly what they think is going on. So they mentioned in the discussion something about the Ebbinghaus-Teichner effect. That's that optical illusion where you have a circle surrounded by 5 large circles. That middle circle is going to look smaller than the same size circle surrounded by smaller circles. Right. So it's like a proportional thing.
Yeah.
So they also collected some stats about the women, including age, height, and weight. And they correlated how important the 3 different male traits were to them. So the height of the women did correlate with how important height was to them. So the taller women valued height a lot more than the shorter women, which makes sense. And then also they mentioned for women that were heavier than expected for their weight, quote unquote, these women showed a stronger preference for larger penis size.
I see. Well, so what does that mean? They're using a BMI metric? What does that mean?
It's unclear.
It's unclear.
That's the quote I was given.
Okay.
Heavier than expected for their weight.
Heavier than expected.
Yeah.
It's very judgy of them.
The age of the women did not matter much in terms of how important the 3 traits were to them for attractiveness. Also, apparently they asked the women about birth control and the stage of the menstrual cycle they're on. Those also did not affect how important the 3 male traits were to them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, here's the final bit. This is also I found very interesting. They looked at how long it took the women to rate each figure. And what they found was that the women took longer to give a rating when the figures had larger penises.
You think they got lost in mentally calculating how long or big it is?
Possible. Yeah. Yeah.
When they say so-and-so got lost in his eyes instead of the eyes that got lost.
Yeah.
That's too good, man.
But also they took longer to give a rating when the rating was high. So maybe that's a confounding factor.
They're just mesmerized.
Mesmerized by the beauty.
Under a spell.
Computer-generated man in
Dr.
front
Manhattan.
of them. Yeah, Dr. Manhattan. Any other thoughts, Tirth? I know you probably have a lot of criticisms for this paper.
No. Why would I?
Well,
you keep listen, man. Out with it. You keep hinting things. Just out with it. Let's hear. Why do you think I would have issues with this?
Because you're a good scientist.
Yes,
you're a very good scientist.
And we've already addressed some of these criticisms. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay.